Want to know the latest and hottest music hitting the airwaves? Don't be left out. Listen to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. It keeps you on the loop with everything you need to know from pop, rock, hip-hop, and the top 40. And we'll throw in news of your favorite artists, concert and tour dates, and so much more. Listen no further, because this is the gold standard in music podcast.
Thank you for listening to the GSMC Music Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Gaelika Brown, the music lover constantly seeking positive music. If you like what you hear, be sure to subscribe to the show on your preferred podcast platform. Now, let's get into some music news. Some big things happened this week in music. One being another super collab with Ariana Grande. As if a number one collab with Justin Bieber for Stuck on You wasn't enough, Ariana teamed up with Lady Gaga for Rain on Me. It's an up-tempo dance song. I have love for Lady Gaga and respect her, but to be honest, I haven't been feeling her music for a while now. So that song ain't my jam. But I know Ariana Grande fans and monsters everywhere. Is that what they're called? Or are they called little monsters? Whatever Gaga's people are. They're loving it. Taylor Swift treated fans to a virtual concert and a surprise release. The Taylor Swift City of Lover concert, which aired on ABC on Sunday night, was filmed last September at Paris Olympia Theater in front of an intimate audience. Taylor also gave fans a special bonus. She released a series of live versions from her 2019 Lover album that were recorded during the September 2019 gig, now available to stream everywhere. Harry Styles dropped his much-anticipated Watermelon Sugar video. The Night of Covenant House Stars concert saw celebs unite for a great cause. On Bon Jovi, Dolly Parton, Meryl Streep, and many more come together for a virtual concert event benefiting the Covenant House charity, which provides housing, food, and health care to children and youth facing homelessness, and the heroism of frontline staff working around the clock to keep themselves safe during the COVID-19 crisis. So Lil Nas X, Cardi B, LeBron James, and more won big at the 2020 Weebies. Cardi B, LeBron, okay, we already named all of them. But Ronan Farrow, Game of Thrones, and Celine Dion were among the winners of the 24th Annual Weebie Awards, which honor the best of the web. In lieu of an in-person ceremony this year, Patton Oswalt hosted an online celebration. I didn't do my mouth exercises today. Online celebration called WFH, Weebie from Home. Sia returned with new music. So Sia debuted the uplifting Together along with a colorful video. On Wednesday, People aired a special stream of Bombshell in concert, the June 8th, 2015 one-night-only performance where stars of NBC's cult smash performed the songs of the Marilyn Monroe musical within a show, Bombshell, at the Minskoff Theater on Broadway. The event supported the Actors Fund and had fans walking down memory lane. After the stream, fans got more good news. Smash is headed to Broadway. So I actually watched Smash when it was on NBC. It was short-lived, I think maybe 2 seasons. But for fans of musicals or Marilyn Monroe or both, it was such an amazing show. And you know what? I'm a theater nerd. I don't have the singing voice besides karaoke. So I never did musicals, and I actually hated musicals, and I hated it when it was musical season because that meant I couldn't audition, but it really didn't matter because musical season was always during softball season, so I couldn't do it anyways. But long story short, it wasn't until I really got deep into theater, like my college years, where I started to appreciate musicals. So although I'm not like a huge musical fan, I would much rather watch like Fences or, something non-musical. Smash was a really great show. So, I'm sure the Broadway production will be magical. So 21 Pilots, oh my gosh. You know what? Today is a Monday. It's Memorial Day. So let's blame it on that. So bear with me, y'all. But 21 Pilots, Josh Dunn and actress DB Ryan confirmed that they tied the knot. I have no idea who these people are, but for 21 Pilots fans, here you go. They are officially married. The couple shared the news via Vogue while sharing gorgeous photos of the secret nuptials, which took place on New Year's Eve. And the ceremony was a perfect balance, Dunn told the magazine. It felt like it was game night at our house, and this was the ultimate game. And boy, did I win. I remember every detail from how it felt to walking down the aisle to the full body chills I got watching Debbie walk down toward me. That's sweet. Beanie Man and Bounty Killer in Versus Battle of the Dance Hall Legends. So this was surely also the first Versus Battle to be live tweeted by a Prime Minister. PM Andrew Holness took to his official Twitter to declare Jamaica's culture is global, and sharing a screenshot of the action. In keeping with the national pride, the battle opened up with a rousing rendition of the Jamaican national anthem. Now we have more Taylor Swift news because she can't contain her excitement over a cover of her hit song, Look What You Made Me Do, being featured in a recent episode of Killing Eve. The 30-year-old pop star took to Twitter on Sunday to share a snippet of the dark, haunting take of her 2017 Reputation track, which was debuted the same evening during the BBC spy drama. She wrote, "Very stoked," and that is in all caps. And then not in all caps, about this cover of LY, well, it's the acronym for Look What You Made Me Do, on @Killing Eve by Jack Leopards and the Dolphin Club. I love Killing Eve, so she should definitely be dope. So it's the opening credits for Killing Eve has the song. Let's see. Doja Cat. Y'all familiar with Doja Cat? She's been all over the news. I mean, she has that hit song. That was terrible. I don't know the freaking song, but it has like that 70s, 80s vibe. But anyways, I haven't really been keeping up with the story. This is when I really pretty much got fully versed on it. I've just seen that people were trying to cancel her on social media and that she had said some racial remarks. So the full story is this. Doja Cat has issued a statement following some major backlash she received for allegedly making a past racist remarks online. She took to Instagram on Sunday to address the controversy after the hashtag Doja Cat is over party began trending on Twitter just days earlier. Doja has been accused of taking part in the past racist video with racist video chats and was called out for her 2015 song Dindu Nuffin. D-I-N-D-U. Oh, Dindu Nuffin. What? I guess, like, I didn't do nothing. I guess that's what that's saying. Which some call a racist slur, mocking victims of police violence. Okay, I get it now. It was spelled crazy because she was trying to spell it ebonically. Okay, so she says, I want to address what's been happening on Twitter. I've used public chat rooms to socialize since I was a child. I shouldn't have been on some of those chat room sites, but I personally have never been involved in any racist conversations. I don't know how true that is because I saw some of those chats, and I saw one in particular where she was talking about blowing up Middle Easterns, and that was literally what she wrote. It was a couple sentences, so you took part in that particular conversation, I know. But she says, I am sorry to everyone I offended. Doja, whose father is South African, actor Dumansani Delamni, goes on to say she identifies as a black woman and that she's very proud of where she comes from. The singer admits to writing the song Didn't Do Nothing, but says it was created in response to people who often use that term to hurt me. She now recognizes that it was a bad decision to use the term in my music. I don't get why people would use didn't do nothing to hurt you. Doja Cat's remarks come on the heels of her rise with the hit song Say So. That's it. featuring Nicki Minaj on a remix, which recently earned the #1 spot on Billboard Hot 100. She says, I understand my influence and impact, and I'm taking this all very seriously. I love you all, and I'm sorry for upsetting or hurting any of you. That's not my character, and I'm determined to show that to everyone moving forward. Thank you. Now, this is like, that was this year too with the Claudio. What the frick is that chick's name? The like, and then she had that song about her dad that she performed at the Grammys. She has a Hispanic name, but she was all up in the news for racial slurs. I covered the story too. Obviously, like, I don't be following these people. But I think what the problem is I'm assuming Doja Cat is young as well, like early 20s, like the other chick. Claudia, what her name? Cabero, the Cabero chick. They're all early 20s, so they literally grew up online. So, I mean, if you're 11, 12, 13 years old online, you're going to say some stupid stuff. I don't understand why the stupid stuff has to be racist, but you're going to say some stupid stuff. So for stupid things that you said as a teenager to haunt you in your adult life, it isn't totally fair. It didn't happen to generations, prior to them because, social media is fairly new. So I guess to all you young kids right now, be careful what you type. Don't type stupid stuff online. Say stupid stuff personally off the record, but they'll put that on the record and then blow up and become famous and then get mad when people dredge it back up. So on that note, we'll take a break and return with new music news.
You really can't underestimate the importance of having the right creative work for your brand or your product. Whether it's a logo, a website, a book cover, or an ad campaign, you really need a quality design to make that big difference pop and deliver your overall engagement and success in a competitive market. That's where Design Crowd comes in. Design Crowd has over 750,000 designers from Sydney to San Francisco ready to help you with awesome creative ideas. They make crowdsourcing work for you. So if you need a logo or you're working on your creative branding, you can go to designcrowd.com and post a brief describing the design you need. And then within about 2 to 7 days, you'll receive up to over 100 different designs from designers around the world. Then you pick the best design and approve payment to the designer. So you're only paying for the design that you want. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of freelancing and out of crowdsourcing. And you don't have to be a huge company like Harvard Business School to use Design Crowd, although they have used it as well. You can start a project on Design Crowd for as little as $99. And if you go right now to designcrowd.com/health and wellness or enter the promo code health and wellness on their website, then our health and wellness listeners will receive up to $150 off of your design project. That's designcrowd.com/health and wellness or entering that promo code health and wellness.
Always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Welcome back to the GSMC Music Podcast. I'm your host, Gaelika Brown. Now it's time for new releases. New album releases, the 1975 Notes on a Conditional Form. So Billboard calls it the album that's worth the 80-minute runtime. That's a long runtime, especially for now. Everyone dropping like EPs that are like 10, 15 minutes long. So the next one is Gunna, Wanna. Gunna is the artist. The album is called Wanna. Billboard calls it the album that could be the arrival of a reliable hip-hop star. Florida Georgia Line, 6-pack EP. Billboard calls it the EP that sounds like an overdue hang with old friends. Carly Rae Jepsen, Dedicated Side B. Billboard they dub it the album that pop Twitter will be raving about all weekend. Key Glock, Son of a Gun. We have Jacob Lattimore, C3. Hot new singles, Rain on Me, Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. We have Top Floor, Gunna featuring Travis Scott, Need It, Migos featuring Young Boy Never Broke, Open Up by UMI, Rich, Blessed, and Savage by Key Glock, Power by Ellie Goulding, In Your Eyes remix, which is The Weeknd featuring Doja Cat, What Is It, which is Kyle, Made It by Tiana Taylor, and Together by Sia, and Can't Win for Losing, Jacob Lattimore featuring 2K Baby. So on to tours and festival news. Here's what's newly been canceled. Josh Groban postponed his Radio City Music Hall residency show until 2021. Beck has canceled his 2020 European tour due to the continued restrictions on public gatherings, and everyone says the same thing in the statement. Why even make a statement? We know why you're doing it. But, yeah, he just says, please refer to the point of purchase for ticketing and refund information. James Taylor and Jackson Browne announced their 2020 tour dates are officially moving to 2021. England's Ramblin' Man Fair 2020 has been canceled. The event originally slated to take place at Moat Park in Maidstone, Kent on July 17th through the 19th. With sets from Lynyrd Skynyrd, Hawkwind, Clutch, Revival Sons, and more. Was forced to call this year's gathering off. Okay, so here's what's streaming. May 30th. David Guetta will do a live stream performance in New York, benefiting the Mayor's Fund to Advance New York City, Feeding America, the World Health Organization, and Foundation something in Paris. It will begin after the 7 p.m. EST clap front the city's frontline workers and can be streamed via Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and VK channels. The Avett Brothers, Brandy Charlie, the Lumineers, Dave Matthews, and many more will be performing the Banding Together. This is still on May 30th. So they'll be performing the Banding Together, a concert for the Colorado Music Relief Fund. Proceeds will help Colorado music industry workers impacted by the coronavirus. And the live stream begins at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and will be broadcast locally on CBS. June 6th, Lady Gaga, BTS, and Barack Obama are set to give a commencement speech during YouTube's Dear Class of 2020 virtual commencement. The event will also feature appearances by Alicia Keys, Kelly Rowland, and more. The schedule will be announced May 17th, so that already happened. The event can be streamed on YouTube. June 7th, Broadway comes back for a never-before-seen special Tony Award celebration despite the rescheduling of the prestigious 74th in-person award show. The curtain closing across the nation amid the pandemic. Tony Award nominees Lonnie Price host the 1 hour, or the nominee. So Tony Award nominee Lonnie Price hosts the 1 hour fundraising event benefiting the American Theater Wing, the Broadway League, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TonyAwards.com and BroadwayOnDemand.com. June 25th, Electric Boogaloo is set to feature a stacked lineup of more than 300 artists, including Benduin, Jazz, Justin Martin, Nicole Maber. I don't know any of these people, but that's happening June 25th. And you have to get on the artist guest list to get a link before the event. So if you know any of those people that I just named, including Getter, Griffin, Toki Monster, Walker, and Royce, then hit those people up. We'll take a break and return with music history with Outkast.
You really can't underestimate the importance of having the right creative work for your brand or your product. Whether it's a logo, a website, a book cover, or an ad campaign, you really need a quality design to make that big difference pop and deliver your overall engagement and success in a competitive market. That's where Design Crowd comes in. Design Crowd has over 750,000 designers from Sydney to San Francisco ready to help you with awesome creative ideas. They make crowdsourcing work for you. So if you need a logo or you're working on your creative branding, you can go to designcrowd.com and post a brief describing the design you need. And then within about 2 to 7 days, you'll receive up to over 100 different designs from designers around the world. Then you pick the best design and approve payment to the designer. So you're only paying for the design that you want. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of freelancing and out of crowdsourcing. And you don't have to be a huge company like Harvard Business School to use Design Crowd, although they have used it as well. You can start a project on Design Crowd for as little as $99. And if you go right now to designcrowd.com/health and wellness or enter the promo code health and wellness on their website, then our health and wellness listeners will receive up to $150 off of your design project. That's designcrowd.com/health and wellness or entering that promo code health and wellness.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Welcome back to the GSMC Music Podcast. Now let's get into music history with Outkast, according to allmusic.com. So Outkast's blend of gritty southern soul, fluid raps, and the low-slung funk of their organized noise production crew, it epitomized the Atlanta wing of hip-hop's rising force, the Dirty South. During the mid to late 90s, along with Goody Mob, Outkast took Southern hip-hop in bold and initiative directions. Less reliance on aggression, more positivity and melody, thicker arrangements, and intricate lyrics. After Dre and Big Boi hit #1 on the rap charts with their first single, Players Ball, the duo embarked on a run of platinum albums, spiked with several hit singles, enjoying numerous critical accolades in addition to their commercial success. So Andre Benjamin, my man, I love me some Andre 3000, also known as Dre, and Antoine Patton, known as Big Boi, attended the same high school in Atlanta, borough of East Point, and several lyrical battles made each gain respect for the other's skills. They formed Outkast and were persuaded by Organized Noise Productions, hit makers for TLC and Escape. They were pursued by Organized Noise. So they signed to Antonio L.A. Reid and Babyface's local La Face label just after high school. Outkast recorded and released Players Ball, then watched the single rise to #1 on the rap chart. It slipped from this top spot only after 6 weeks. It was certified gold and created a buzz for a full-length release. The album, Southern Playlistic Cadillac Music, hit the top 20 in 1994 and was certified platinum by the end of the year. Dre and Big Boi also won Best New Rap Group of the Year. And that was at the 1995 Source Awards, the legendary Source Awards, where they said, you know, it ain't just about East Coast, West Coast, about the South too, and all that stuff, where it was the East Coast versus the West Coast, and Suge Knight, and all that. That night, they won. Outkast returned with a new album in 1996, releasing ATLiens that August. It hit #2 and went platinum with help from the gold-selling single, Elevators, My Jam, Me and You, Your Cousin and Your Brother. Wait, no, Me and You, Your Homie and Your... Oh my gosh! That was my jam. I haven't heard it in so long. Me and You, Your Mama and Your Cousin too. There we go. Me and You, Your Mama and Your Cousin too. All right, so after they were done slamming Cadillac doors, the #12 pop, #1 rap, as well as a top 40 title track. That was Elevators. That's what that track did for them. So Aquemini followed in 1998, also hitting number 2 and going double platinum. There were no huge hit singles this time around, but critics lavishly praised the album's unified progressive vision, hailing it as a great leap forward and including it on many year-end polls. Unfortunately, in a somewhat bizarre turn of events, Outkast was sued over the album's I didn't know this. Okay. So they were sued over the album's lead single, Rosa Parks, by none other than the civil rights pioneer herself. Oh yeah, I did know that. Who claimed that the group had unlawfully appropriated her name to promote their music, also objecting to some of the song's language. The initial court decision dismissed the suit in late 1999, and Supreme Court later allowed the lawsuit to proceed. The two parties eventually reached a settlement. Wow. She was like, I did not sit at the front of the bus for y'all to make a mockery of my name with a song. Oh yeah. Hush that buzz. I guess that's what Rosa was saying to them. Hush that fuss. Everybody stop using my name. Dre modified his name to Andre 3000. I didn't know that. Before the group issued its hotly anticipated fourth album, Stankonia. I thought he was always Andre 3000. In late 2000, riding the momentum of uniformly excellent reviews and the stellar single B.O.B. and Miss Jackson, Stankonia debuted at number 2 and went triple platinum in just a few months. Meanwhile, Miss Jackson became their first number 1 pop single the following February. Both of those major singles and most of the album material, all but 3 contributions from Organized Noise, in fact, were produced by a trio dubbed Earth Tone 3, aka Andre 3000, Big Boy, and David, Mr. DJ Sheets. 2003, Speakerboxxx The Love Below, a double platinum debut at number 1 and spawned a pair of number 1 singles. The Dre fronted Hey Ya and the Big Boy fronted The Way You Move. Speakerboxxx, more true to Outkast past, could have been issued as a Big Boy solo album, while The Love Below, a diverse and playful affair, could have been an Andre 3000 release, regardless of its dual nature. The set won the 2004 Grammy for Album of the Year. As breakup rumors continued to swirl, the duo returned with the feature film Idlewild, a musical set in the Prohibition-era South, and an extremely eclectic soundtrack billed as a proper Outkast album. Big Boy issued a solo album, Sir Lucius Leftfoot, the son of Chico Desi, in 2010, while Andre 3000 produced and appeared on a series of tracks by the likes of John Legend, Greenlight, Beyonce, Party, Lloyd, Dedication to My Ex, Miss That, and Young Jeezy, I Do. That, unfortunately, is where Outkast's bio ends. I was a huge Outkast fan. I didn't discover them until AT-Aliens, because I was still fairly young. I was in junior high when that song came out. So I didn't know anything about anything prior, but from AT-Aliens on, I became a fan. I did go backwards and listen to Southern playlistic Cadillac music, but they're just so dope and talented. And Speakerboxxx, next to AT-Aliens, was my other favorite project from them. I thought it was dope that they were able to put out that double album, and I had the CD. So the CD was dope. I mean, it was super thick. You know, it was basically 2 CD cases together. They each had their own, CD packaging. But both of the albums were they were equally good. It kind of depends on your style and your preference. I preferred Andre 3000. That's my dude. And just his style, and just the way the music's on there, ice cold. And there's so many jams. And for that to really be their last project was sad, because I was over. When did we say that came out? 2003? Are you serious? I was just having a conversation about Outkast. Part of the reason why I decided to do this is I'm like, are we ever going to see an album from them again? or at least some solo. I know Big Boy did his Sir Lucius Left Foot. It didn't do too well, but even when he did that was 2010. That was a long ways after 2003. And it's nice that occasionally, Andre will pop up on somebody's song, you know, being featured. Like, I get super juiced, but, I miss them. So Outkast, make some new music, please. I definitely appreciate your time. I thank you for listening to the GSMC Music Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. Until next time, I'm Gaelika Brown, the music lover constantly seeking positive music.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.